Calvin Ridley, he does perfectly fine without Julio in the offense.
Yeah.
Last year, when just overall, he finished 4th overall in 15 games at the wide receiver position. Without Julio, he averaged 18.09 points per game. That would have been 3rd overall in points per game last year. Do you think that's a possibility for Calvin Ridley? Doing pretty much exactly what he did last year.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay.
I mean, he hasn't shown me anything that says I can't be a number 1.
What's his ADP?
You tell me. You've been so like amazing at these lately.
Mid-second.
All right, you're a little off on this one. 3rd round.
Okay, I like
302.
that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Now, I don't know when the last time this was updated, because the Julio trade did just happen,
yeah,
but
I imagine it would have been updated.
I still feel like it should have been updated by now. But if anything, it might go up slightly. He might kind of sneak into the back end of that 2nd round.
Yeah.
Maybe mid-second, but he's, I would take him at 302 for sure.
Yeah, I like that price.
I mean, I like him as my number 1.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it if I went running back at the beginning.
No, yeah.
Which I never really do. But
he gets the yards, he gets the touchdowns. He's the number 1 dominant, going to be a target in this offense.
Well, and here's what's crazy too, guys. Calvin Ridley, he's 6'1", he's 190, so he's not a massive guy by any means.
He gets touchdowns, though.
Well, not only that, he gets red zone touchdowns.
Yeah.
22 targets in the red zone,
It's going to be so
touchdowns.
funny now if Julio ends up with like 14 touchdowns this year. Because Tannehill finally just chucks him the ball in the end zone.
Yeah. But, I mean, right now, he's looking like he's a consensus almost top 5 guy.
Yeah. I'm trying to think guys that I would take over him. You got like Adams, Tyreek Hill. I'd probably take Stephon Diggs. I think it starts getting iffy with like Hopkins in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where you start blurring the lines.
Yeah.
But he's right there.
Well, yeah. By the time we do our wide receiver rankings, it's going to be very interesting this year.
Yeah. So the other receivers on this team, Russell Gage, I think, will be a usable guy. He's been a usable guy at multiple points in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Now, moving into the 2, he's more of a slot guy, but I think there is a chance that they run a little bit more 12-man personnel now. Do you think that could be a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it is. You have Hayden Hurst and Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts can do it all. He can block, and so can Hayden Hurst. So I wouldn't be surprised if they run more 12-man personnel.
I mean, they don't run it like an outrageous amount like San Francisco or New England or Minnesota, but they run a pretty high amount compared to the rest of the league.
Well, I just think they to me, they don't have a ton of really deep depth at the wide receiver position. So I do like Russell Gage, and a lot of people were not healthy last year on this team either.
No, yeah.
So we'll kind of have to wait and see. But because we can also bring up Zacchaeus, who played a lot because Gage was hurt a few times.
I think he'll be irrelevant. I mean, Gage he deals with stuff. He hasn't really missed any games in his career.
I thought Russell Gage didn't play a game last year. But did he not?
He played
all
game
16
last year.
Who?
No, yeah, Zacchaeus, he missed some games last year.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
And he had a couple big games. Like he had a 8 for 86 game. He had a 4 receptions, 103 yards, and a touchdown game. He's got some moves. If they're in 11-man personnel, he'll be on the outside. Russell Gage will be moved to the slot. But if it's anything where there's just 2 receivers out there, it's going to be Gage on the outside opposite of Calvin Ridley. What are you looking for?
For some reason, I thought there was a COVID issue or something with Gage, and I thought it was right around like week 9 or something because Zacchaeus ended up coming out and having a really big week. But I might have been mistaken. So
I don't remember a thing.
No.
Yeah, I think
that was all. Just
Russell Gage is probably a guy who you could get late in drafts and might get lucky, and he ends up being a decently consistent guy you could put in your lineup, especially in deeper leagues. Zacchaeus, though, I have a hard time buying into anything that he's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. I mean, he's just kind of a speedster. He'll be the slot, I think.
No,
you don't think he'll be the slot?
If there is the slot on the field in 11-man personnel, it'll be Gage. But if they're going like 12-man or 21-man personnel, Russell Gage is going to move.
Who's the 2 outside guys?
Then an 11-man.
Yeah.
It'll be Calvin Ridley and Zacchaeus. But if they're going anything where there's just 2 wide receivers, Russell Gage will go back out to the outside.
See, that's crazy because Zacchaeus is only 5'8".
Yeah.
And
Gage performs well though.
yeah, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. I had his. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like that size on the outside. So I figured.
I mean, it's not like Calvin Ridley is like a big guy either. So
I mean, he's 6'1",
yeah,
but he plays big. Zacchaeus doesn't really play big, but anyway,
I think
it doesn't matter. I don't think he's going to be fantasy relevant one way or another.
No,
unless something happens to Russell Gage and he can't play.
And now we go to the running backs on this team. They brought in Mike Davis. Really didn't pay him anything, and he survived the draft, man. He's there. Thighs and all.
Yeah, so...
I don't know if this is... I should have probably found out if this is real or not, but I did see that the league sent him not a random drug test.
Oh, did they really?
That's what I heard.
That's hilarious.
It might be a rumor, but...
That's so funny.
I wouldn't be surprised. That is something the league would do.
Yeah, well, his thighs look bigger than Saquon's.
Yeah.
I mean, they're huge.
So obviously he came into Carolina last year and CMC went down. And he was very good. He was productive. It kind of didn't end hot. There was a real hot stretch there at the beginning where he was incredible. He's a good receiver. He saw a lot of targets, not a ton of rushing attempts, but he's the one in this offense right now.
Yeah.
Would you be buying him in like dynasty leagues cheap or anything like that if you can? Because I was in ours, I was looking at it for before the draft, seeing if I could get him cheap, have this scenario play out where they don't draft anyone, bring anyone else in. Now I think it's going to be harder to do.
Yeah, I tried a couple times, but I didn't really try that hard in dynasty just because he's 28.
Yeah.
I mean, in dynasty, he's going to be usable maybe for this year and next, and that might be it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't overly fond. Now in redraft this year, though, he is someone I'm targeting late.
Is he? Where is he going?
He's going in the 8th round right now.
Really? That late?
Yeah.
Then yes.
And I'm totally
then I'm
fine
all
with
over that. Then I'm all over that.
I'm totally
for sure.
fine
I
with
was
that.
thinking more like late 5th, 6th round.
No, he's going in.
There.
He's going at 803 currently.
I like that a lot.
And we'll see if it drops, because I can't imagine it staying at that, because he's a starting running back.
Go up, not drop.
Sorry, when I say drop, I meant like go down in rounds. So I get
mean the opposite
of
what I'm saying.
So he'll go up. Yeah,
it's opposite.
So I think his ADP will go up for sure, because he's a starting running back in the NFL on a team that is going to really need a lot out of him.
But there are the concerns in this offense that the commitment to Mike Davis really isn't a lot. They didn't bring him in for much.
But
they brought in exactly. But this is the thing. They brought in Cordell Patterson.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't care about him. He's just regardless. But they did bring in 2 undrafted rookies.
Yeah, Caleb Huntley,
Javen Hawkins.
Yeah.
I do think there is the possibility that this is kind of like the Jacksonville Jaguars of last year, where we come in and one of these real late rookie running backs come out and kind of take over the field, kind of like how James Robinson did. I think there is that possibility in this offense.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to be against it.
No, but I do love Mike Davis's price. Yeah, because if he was in that 5th round area where I was thinking he was more likely going to go, I'd have a lot more hesitation drafting him. But 8th round, that's honestly not a lot of risk at that point in the draft.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm just trying to think.
Look at like Miami last year, like bringing in Jordan Howard, and we were all over that one too. That's about where he was going. Myles Gaskin ended up winning that.
I mean, so if you, just out of curiosity, these were 2 undrafted free agents, running backs. Mm-hmm. So it's not people that were mostly paying attention to.
The running back roster it's gross.
Right, but what I'm saying is like these aren't people that we really paid attention to in our rookie drafts. But which do you have one of these that you would maybe take a shot on over the other?
No. That's the thing. You're not going to have to take a shot on them. That's the nice thing is whichever one does produce, you can buy in late.
Yeah,
get them off the waiver wire or something if it happens. You're not going to have to invest anything in them.
I just still like playing the game though.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching the Fantasy Monsters on YouTube. If you liked our video today, please subscribe to our channel. Hit the little bell icon. Get notified whenever we go live or post other videos. You can see the link below. You can click on previous videos. You can also leave comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys as well. And we'll catch you next week.
Have a good one.